Okay, so a while back in class, we drew our cube puzzle pieces, and that's what you're seeing here. If you have not already done so, you're going to want to take your curves and extrude them so that they are 1 unit thick. Now, if we did this in inches, that'd be an inch, but I know some of us use different millimeters or something. Just make sure that they are 1 unit tall when you extrude them, and that command is extrude CRV. Now I'm going to have all 4 viewports open for this so that I can see things going on in 3D. A couple of the commands that we're going to use Gumball to do some moving and rotating. We're going to use rotate, we're going to use move, and we may throw a couple more in as we're going. So right now, just to make things easier and quicker, I've already arranged my pieces so that it will help me set them up properly. Okay? So I'm going to start here. This one is going to be my base piece, and that'll be the one on the bottom. So this piece needs to stand up. This part would be on the bottom, this part would be on the top, and fit over here. So for starters, I'm going to use Gumball. And we can see when I highlight that, it becomes easier here in either this red one or this green one. Or sorry, either in the right or the front to get that rotated. Now we need to figure out which one we want to rotate on. We could also use this. Now I'm also going to turn on ortho and O-snap, and I'm going to have N selected. So for starters, I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees so that it's oriented the right direction. So this piece will fit over this little section right here. Okay? And this piece will match up here. So if we can identify 2 points where something will match up, will mate up, that will make this easy. So I'm going to highlight this piece, and the command is going to be move. I can type move, or I can go to the transform menu at the top. And if we follow along in our command line, it says point to move from. So I know that this point right here is where I want to start. And then it says up there, point to move to. And that's going to be this point right here. So by using move, I just moved that piece so that everything is lined up properly. And that's one of the important things about having our pieces drawn properly and having them extruded properly. Go ahead and zoom extents again. Okay. And we're going to do that again with this piece. So this is going to be the end. This little piece is going to fit inside of there. So, and I'll maximize perspective for this. So I'm going to click on that. I know that I need to rotate it upwards on the red axis. Then I'm going to click on this to highlight it and use the move command. This point right here should match up with this corner right here. So I'll click on that, type move. This point here will match up right there. Okay, and there we go. And now you might start getting to the point where, okay, this is getting a little bit murky. I need to turn some pieces off. And if that's the case, that's perfectly acceptable to do. Now there's another way in here that we can rotate pieces if we need to. So this one I'm going to flip, and I think it's going to go here. We'll find out momentarily. But what I can do is I can click on the piece, and the command is going to be rotate, or we can go up to the transform menu and down to rotate. And I'm going to say the center of rotation is this point right here. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out to that one. And since I have ortho on, it rotates at 90 degrees. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. So I'll use the rotate command again. Only this time, we'll go here. Wait a sec, it doesn't want to let me turn up. So sometimes working on our z-axis in perspective doesn't quite work as we would hope. So we'll click on this. Drag that down just so we can see what we got going on. So that one's highlighted. Command is rotate. I click here. And then even though I'm in the right viewport, we can see that you can see what's going on in perspective. And now I can stand that piece up, right? Okay. And now I'll go ahead and rotate a little bit, go back to perspective, and we'll use the move command once again. So this point, we're going to say is going to match up with that one. So we'll go right there. Okay. And now we can probably start to see, okay, this is starting to get a little bit murky. We have lots of pieces here. And here's where, if we need to turn something off so that we have better access to it, we can easily do that using these. So maybe that one's in the way, I can turn that off, etc. So using the same kind of pattern, we can work through these different ones. So we'll rotate that one upright. Let's see, does that go there? Nope, that's not going to fit. So we'll undo that. Let's see, this one, let's bring that down closer. How does that one need to get oriented? Well, it looks like if I rotate it, nope, wrong one. If I rotate it that way and then flop it, so we'll go this way. Now that one should fit right in there, right? And then again, I can use move, figure out what my reference point is going to be. For me, it's going to be this one and that corner right there. So point to move from, point to move to. There we go. Now we just have one more piece that hopefully I did this right and that one will fit in there. So we can use move, we can use rotate, and we can use gumball to get all our pieces set up, making sure with using gumball, make sure you have ortho on, and make sure we have O-snap and end on, and we can end up putting all of our pieces together.